everybody. My name is Ginger Wickline, and I am the degree coordinator for the Psychological Science degree and the Applied Social Research degree, both of which are housed in the Department of Behavioral and Social Sciences. I'm here today at the request of your trio advisors and teachers to talk to you a little bit about email etiquette, how you should reach out to college professors in a way that gets you what you need and also helps you from making any mistakes about how to speak with those folks. So, when I have students in my classes, I recognize that you may not be used to writing formal emails yet. And your everyday language and how you would talk to a friend or your grandma might be a little bit different about how you talk to professionals, people who are in charge of you, people who oversee your work, like a boss or a mentor or a professor. So what I have for you today are 5 simple rules. There we go, let's get it straight. Literally. About how to best talk to your college professors when you're contacting them by email. First off, the first suggestion I have is to be formal. Don't start out with like, yo prof, what's up? Or forget to tell them who you are. Remember that this professor, even if they're really personal with you, may have 4 classes which could have 50 students, so they're learning 200 names the second a semester starts. So you don't know this person yet. Make sure you're addressing them kindly and professionally. Start out with, Dear Dr. So-and-so, or Dear Professor So-and-so. Make sure when you're making requests of them in your email that you are being kind to that person. While most professors try to get back to you in a day or so, we don't sit on email 24 hours a day. In fact, if we've got 6 meetings back-to-back on a Monday, we may not even get to email until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or sometimes until the next day. So while prompt replies from your professors would definitely be expected, in a professor's mind, a prompt reply is within 2 business days. If you write to me at 8 p.m. on a Friday night, I may not be able to get back to you until Monday afternoon or even Tuesday morning if I don't check my email on the weekends in order to protect my time with my family and away from work. So, when you are making requests of professors, make sure that you are asking for something at their first convenience instead of, I need this now. Hope that makes kind of sense in the distinction. And especially because in emails we can't get the tone of things, try to be as kind as possible, maybe even a little overly so that you are seen as requesting rather than demanding information. This will help carry you a long way until you see that person in person, if you're in a face-to-face class, or if you never get to meet in an online class. The third thing that's really helpful to do with your professors is be specific as to what you need. If a student writes me and says, Dr. Wickline, when is the homework due? I don't have enough information to answer them, especially if the name is not familiar and I'm trying to place which of my 4 classes that student is in. So be specific. Dr. Wickline, this is Jenny Smith from your 9 a.m. Introduction to Psychology class. I'm wondering when the homework assignment, listed here, is due. You can see that this ties into number 4, be thorough. Don't assume that the professor knows what you're looking for. Give them enough context so that everything they need is in the email very specifically without them having to go and dig up information about who you are or which assignment you're referring to. The last thing that's really helpful in getting in touch with professors is to proofread. These are the people who may write your recommendation letters for jobs or for graduate school when you finish up. So even in email correspondence, you want to practice proper grammar, full sentences, reducing spelling errors, and the like. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be professional enough, and even email today has a spell check or other things that will help flag if you've made mistakes. So make sure that you're reading thoroughly, try to avoid typos, and try to avoid errors in grammar so that you're presenting yourself, that was a typo, as a professional person. So again, if you can see the list, be formal, right? Don't take for granted that they're your friend yet. This is like your boss. Be kind, right? Make sure that you're not demanding something from them right away. Give them a little bit of time to respond. Be specific and be thorough. Make sure they know who you are and what you're asking for without having to do a lot of digging. And proofread, so that you are practicing good writing with every correspondence that you make. I hope this list is some helpful tips and strategies for how to get started. Your professors realize if you're new to college, you're going to be new at this too, but you don't want to make errors that make you look pushy right off the bat. For example, I monitor a listserv for all of our majors in our department that sends people out job notices, internships, volunteer experiences, and things that will help them get hired. And I had a student one time write back, and I quote, "Yo, will you please stop sending me emails?" All right. Now, it's kind of funny, and I was able to give her some corrective feedback on how to approach me, but this is the first correspondence I've ever had from that student. And as the person who writes a lot of recommendation letters for jobs, I'll admit it was hard for me not to be shaped by that first impression I had from her, which was a little bit pushy and quite informal. So I suggested next time she remember that I'm trying to give her things that will help her get the job after college, and to be patient with the messages, and also to approach professors in a slightly different way so they can hear her point better. Thank you. Let me know if there's any other way we can help.